Today I wanted to talk to you about quantum law and how practically you can use it. Okay, I strongly recommend for you to go back and watch my stuff about mostly Mandela effect because I kind of explain how everything works, but I guess I have to repeat it a little bit in case you did not really see it. Okay, um, you don't have to believe in anything really for, to get this. You don't have to believe in God or whatever you call it, superpower. Um, let's just come together to understanding. Everything came from one source, okay? Everything is interconnected and everything is vibration. That's as scientific as I can get. uh, Tesla tells that to us, so you don't have to trust me. I'm not asking you to take anything I say on faith, but let's just talk logically, okay? And I'll explain you how everything works. You have to really understand in order to use it. Um, so everything came from one source. You don't have to call it God, okay? Call it universe, call it whatever it's easier for you to accept. Everything came from one source. Everything is interconnected and everything is a vibration. The difference between things and living beings is the vibration. The denser the vibration, the thicker the matter is, the higher is vibration. So the lower is vibration, lower vibration creates matter, high vibration creates higher levels of consciousness, okay? Everything came from consciousness. Consciousness is always first. And in quantum physics, when something is observed, it's called, okay, quantum physics, you have to go back, I don't want to repeat myself, but they did an experiment where they noticed that they get specific results when the experiment is actually measured and observed. So mere observation of the experiment really created the results. And they came to a conclusion, they were blown away, and they said, oh my God, it means that when it's observed, it's created, basically. And this is age-old knowledge that consciousness creates reality, okay? It's called being collapsed into being. So what it means is when consciousness holds prolonged, I don't want to say thought, but consciousness concentrates on a specific state of being or thing, it's collapsed into existence by mere concentrating on it. In other words, in our everyday life, for you to understand, if you are holding one of the thoughts predominantly throughout a period of time, that thing or experience will be manifested for you, okay? It's called law of attraction. I like to call it quantum law. Same attracts same. Let me tell you, let me break it down for you. Quantum law is neutral. It's neither good or bad. It doesn't care how you feel. When you predominantly think about something, that's what you're going to experience. It doesn't care if it's good or bad. So, you have to, you are responsible for everything that you have in your life and the way you are, because believe it or not, you create that by holding specific thoughts in your mind. And every thought is associated with a feeling, okay? You can think positive thoughts and feel bad, and vice versa. You can think negative thoughts and feel good. So that's your system of checking how to know what exactly you're going to manifest soon, okay? Um, and actually, the feeling creates vibration. So let me give you, I know it probably sounds stupid to you, but if any one of you ever read The Secret, you'll know what I'm talking about. But some stuff in The Secret, it's kind of halfway. And if you read it and you try to use it, sometimes it doesn't give you results for some specific reason that I'll have to explain to you. They don't really talk about vibration. They just talk about law of attraction, feeling, and thinking. So they kind of go halfway. They didn't go all the way to explain exactly how it works. So everything is vibration. You eternally connected to everything around you, and everything that collapses, it's up to you to collapse that, okay? In order for you, so let me just say that whatever you wish comes to existence right away. The reason that you don't see it in your life as an actual thing or experience is because you're not ready to accept it. And you're not ready to accept it because you're not on the same vibration with that thing or experience. You have to be on the same vibration for it to come before your eyes, let's say. In order for you, first of all, you have to feel good to manifest anything good, because if you feel bad, that's what you're going to manifest. And you have to take responsibility for everything bad that happened to your life. Don't blame anybody else, because nobody is responsible for the bad stuff that happens in your life. Only you. You manifested that by beliefs that you hold, by dominant thoughts that you thought. Okay? It's a hard pill to swallow, but once you understand your power, that you actually create everything that then manifested in your life, then you say, wait a minute, if I could create all this bad, I can as easily create all the good that I want. Okay? And all you have to do, it's really simple. Yes and no. It's simple, but it's not at the same time. It's a paradox, okay? It's simple in a way that all you have to do is feel good to get everything you want, because every single wish that you have is stored in that wish box attached to your, let's say, name. But you can open the door and you can fit that wish through to you. It will fall out only through specific door. If, let's say, that wish is a square, it can only fall through the square door or window, okay? And in order for you to create that window, you have to be on the same vibration with that thing, okay? We live in physical reality, and most of the time, people believe that what they see is what is real, okay? they can get the concept that everything exists even if you don't see it. So everything that you wish already exists, it's yours. All you have to do is tune to that vibration, and it will manifest as a physical thing. Okay? But that's where the catch is, because we're physical beings, we live in our physical world, and we think that's the law of everything, that this physical reality is what's real. Okay? Because of that, it's hard for us to tune to that frequency, because we have to be in that frequency before we manifest something. And we okay, let me give you an example from my life. Okay, I already knew about all of this, and I was using quantum law. I was in college and I had a presentation, and I chose to do my presentation on the presentation board. It was huge and heavy, okay? But because it was a lot of us, with the professor said that we're gonna pull the ladder, who goes first, who goes second. So most of the class, of course, wanted to be the last. You know how it is. I personally wanted to be the first. Not only did I have a huge presentation board, I also had handouts, and it was heavy. And I said to myself, I gotta be first. I gotta be the first presenting day. So it's like it was 3 or 4 days in a row, and nobody would know who goes when. And I said, I can't keep bringing it home and back, home and back. I'm not gonna do it. I gotta be first day. Not only did I want to be the first day, I wanted to be the first to present, because I thought I'll steal the show, I'll be the best, and everybody behind me I'll get the best grade. Okay? I had a good team. I usually present well. I don't have stage fright. Also, that came from understanding how everything works, because opinions of others don't really influence me. I am who I am. Okay. Well, the main thing, I was walking from the subway to my college, and I held it in my mind. I could see me pulling that ticket that says number 1. I was absolutely sure. I didn't believe, I didn't hope. Okay? Hope and believe are words that don't really reflect what it is. I knew I will be. There was no other option in my mind. I saw myself pulling that out of the bag. I saw myself opening it, and it says 1, number 1. Means that I'm going first. Not only I'm going in the first 10, I'm going first, okay? First out of those 10. Not only first day, but first presenter. And I had no doubt in my mind I would be. And that's how I came. When I came, and everybody was like, oh, I hope I'm not going to be the one. I said, I'll be presenting today, and I'm going to be number 1. And they said, aren't you sure of yourself? I said, you'll see. I'm going to pull out number 1. And professor brings out that bag, and I'm thinking, I see it in my mind that she's coming to me first, and she's coming to me first, and I'm pulling the number, and I opening, and I showed to everybody number 1. I presented, and I got the best grade, 98, on my presentation. So that is an example. You have to get into the vibration of what you want before it manifests, and you have to see it in your mind. You have to get to that feeling and vibration before it happens. And sometimes we confronted with the reality of physical reality of it not being there, or people thinking about chances of, like in lottery, 1 in a million, I was one in, my chances of pulling that number one was 1 in 28. Okay? Would you say the odds were really against me? Yes, if you believe in science, believe, because they always say, oh, believe in science. Isn't belief for uh, religion? So believe in science is kind of like indicated two words that don't go together. But you see, the odds were not against me, because I knew for a fact I'll be number one. And I have a lot of examples like that. If somebody wants to collapse a lottery winning into their life, or let me give you another example, great creators, inventors. Before there were airplanes, there was one person first who could actually see it in their mind. They have to see something that did not exist physically. Somebody was the first to get on that vibration, and then that was created. Or somebody created electricity. It didn't happen before, okay? It did not exist in the physical world, but somebody got on that vibration, imagined that, and it was created by that person, okay? Every single invention like that did not exist and then started to exist, there was the process of a person getting on the vibration, okay? In everything good that you want in your life is created by a good feeling vibration, okay? And everything bad is opposite. So you have to get on the positive vibration, good positive feeling. Your basic task is to feel good. It's as easy as that. From the moment you wake up to the moment that you go to bed, you have to feel good. Because if you feel good, it means that you're thinking correct thoughts, okay? You're holding correct thoughts in your mind. And it means that everything that you wish for will come to fruition, because that's the law, okay? So that's basically it. I just wanted to go over that, and I welcome your questions. If something is unclear, I can expand on that, and do like second and third, let me call it quantum law. So it will be like today is number 1, number 2, number 3, and I can go into specifics. This is like overview of the quantum law, okay? And we can even speak about how everything around you comes to existence, and physical laws, how they come around. If you're interested, if you're only interested, would be nice if people told me if you're only interested in everyday life to life, if you just want to create stuff for yourself, that's what I'm gonna do. If you're not interested in Genesis and how everything came about, maybe that's not your thing. If you want to go as deep as it goes, I can do that, okay? But basically, today's overview of quantum law, I think I meant to do it for a long time. When I came across it and I kind of deepened my knowledge, it really changed my life. I was giving that book, The Secret, at that time. That was the best thing ever that was published. And actually, the person that I gave another book to, by Dr. Dyer, The Power of Intention, wonderful book. Dr. Dyer actually opened the whole new world for me, okay, changed my life. So I was giving that as a present, like to everybody who wanted to learn this stuff. And when people ask me, how come you're always happy? How come everything you want happens in your life. And I was like, when people asked, I explained, I went as deep as they could understand. I was giving that book because it kind of explains um, practical way of using law of attraction or law of quantum law in your life to get the life that you want, because you are co-creators. You have to understand you came from the same source and you have the same abilities to create, just the same, not less, not more, exactly the same way. We all came from the same consciousness. We are consciousness in a physical suit, and we take on this role, okay, now in this physical reality, but that does not define who we are, okay, or the roles that we play do not define who we are. We are who we are. This is very important. If you ever read the Bible or Torah, Bible is actually Torah translated and said that it's Christian book, holy book, but it actually came from the same source. Again, I'm telling you, it's all from the same source. And if Bible, Torah tells you that we're created in the image of God, it doesn't, let me repeat it again. I know from childhood you probably imagine God as a man with a wide flowing beard who sits on the throne and casts people to hell and to paradise. It's not a person. It's a vibration. Everything came from that vibration, and everything is vibration, and we're eternally connected to that source. And because we came from that source, we are that source. Okay? We can do everything that source does. It means we can create. I can teach you how. Okay? Instead of learning how to create in school, we learn math and we learn chemistry and trigonometry and all this other BS. How does it help you in your life? I learned algebra. Do I use algebra at least once in my life since I left high school? But that's how it is, okay? We're taught useless stuff, and what we really need, we're not taught, but I'm not gonna get into why. I guess you're all smart people, you can figure it out. But tell me if you want me to continue on this practical stuff, or you want to go into Genesis and what is God. I don't like to call it God because it doesn't describe what the creator is. I call it creator. And if you want to go into that, I can do that. But I guess most of the people just want to know how can they become healthy, rich, and get everything that they want in their life, and I can understand that. Believe it, when you start creating and you manifest all this stuff and you collapse everything into existence, then you look at it as a game for what it is. It's fun, but at some point you want to go deeper. When you get a hang of it and you have everything that you want, and then you say, I want to know how it all actually works, how it came about, what it is, and you'll get to that point if you want to learn and to know, because if you want, it will be revealed to you. Okay, thank you.